And today we have a paper that, well, it kind of messes with our basic sense of right and wrong. So settle in, because we're diving into Weaponised Truth, the Unlie, a moral taxonomy of human speech, written by C SAYLES. What's this all about? Okay, so think about your everyday idea of lying and telling the truth. You were probably taught as a kid, lying is bad, honesty is good. If you just stick to what's true, you're golden. But C SAYLES is saying, what if the actual danger isn't just in the lies, but in the truths we tell? Specifically, in the way we can use a truth to deceive? Yikes, right? The paper makes the bold claim that the most dangerous deception today might not be the outright lie. It's what SAYLES calls the unlie. That term might be new, so stick with me. So let's pull that apart. The core question? How do we actually categorize speech that's technically true, but intended to mislead? And why does this matter for, well, pretty much everyone? I mean, think about all those moments in politics, media, advertising, social media, or even your own relationships, where someone tells you a fact that's true, but carefully chosen or spun in such a way that the impression you're left with is actually completely wrong. Is that honest? Is it the same as lying? That's what this paper is tackling. SAYLES starts with a big observation. Traditionally, we divide speech into truth and falsehood, or honesty versus lying. Philosophy, theology, public debate, it all leans on this binary. But, as the paper points out, that black and white view totally misses something lurking in plain sight. You can tell the technical truth while still betraying trust, twisting reality, and ultimately being deceptive. Enter the unlie. What is the unlie? It's a true statement, yes, but delivered with the intent to deceive. That's the scary part. This isn't just a semantic quibble. SAYLES argues that the unlie is actually the dominant form of deception right now. Like, if you look around at public life, media, corporations, even churches, society is post-truth. Not because everyone's lying, but because everyone has mastered this art of saying things that are correct, and yet somehow manipulative. And here's where it gets kind of fascinating. SAYLES builds a whole taxonomy, a map, really, of human speech. Not just truth and lie, but a four-way grid. Truth, untruth, lie, and unlie. And what matters isn't just the factual content, but the intention behind the words. This moral square of opposition. A little reference to Aristotle's logic squares, so if you're a philosophy nerd, that's kind of fun. Shows that speech is way more complicated than we think. Speech isn't just about what's accurate, it's about why and how we communicate. But here's why this work is really unsettling and also important for everyone listening. It's that the unlie corrodes trust in ways that outright lies don't. If you know someone is prone to lying, you become defensive, skeptical, maybe even guarded. But the person who tells the truth while intending to mislead, that person undermines the basic contract of communication. They're slipping past your defenses by posing as honest makers of spin and propaganda, leaders, media hosts. We've all seen them in action. SAYLES turns to big sources, biblical texts, Aristotle, modern linguistics, even cognitive psychology to build this really big argument. That intention is what makes speech morally meaningful. Accuracy alone isn't enough. And when we use true statements as weapons, we're not just bending facts, we're warping the soul of public life. Yet, the paper doesn't just stop at doom and gloom. SAYLES offers, actually, a hopeful way forward. If we recognize the unlie, if we call it out, if we root our own speech in sincerity and moral integrity, we can kind of heal our communication, bring clarity back, and maybe trust each other again. It's a call to make truth a virtue, not just a technicality. So, to sum up, Weaponized truth isn't just about language, it's clinical, historical and philosophical, but honestly, it's a kind of moral X-ray for modern communication. Are you being told the truth or weaponized truth? Can you hear the difference? Can you speak the difference?